Hello, everybody out there in YouTube. We are the middle-aged guys, and we bullshit about nothing. I am the Reverend.
The theme here.
Greymouse one.
This week, we saw a lot of really good trailers. Animated, CGI, live action, everything in between. A lot of geeky stuff, though, hit the net. Some of the things that we're actually looking forward to is on the animated side, and that's what we're going to talk about right now. Earlier in this week, we saw a lot of stuff coming out of Warner Brothers Animations for their DC properties, which, as you know, or as we feel as fans, as geek fans, is that a lot of the better DC Comics adaptations are handled in their animated form. Warner Brothers Animation has a long history of doing well as far as the DC IPs ever since Batman the Animated Series. They started with that. They built their legacy on that, and they have been going pretty strong with that, except for maybe one or two faux pas here and there. Some of that not completely in their control, but whenever they go out of their way and they announce there's going to be a brand new Warner Brothers animated movie for any of the DC comics, a lot of people go ahead and they take notice, especially with the last few that they've been coming up, because a lot of the ones that they've decided to, ever since Killing Joke, they've decided to go ahead and put a more mature bend to a lot of them. And this particular one that was released out, the trailer for Justice League Dark, which was released out on November 16th, last Wednesday, is actually going to be coming out, and it's going to be rated R. And it's going to be the brand new Warner Brothers animated movie that's going to be coming out, I believe, on February 7th, 2017. Now, we all sat down, we saw the trailer. What are your thoughts, guys? The floor is open.
You know, the fact that it's rated R makes it interesting, to say the least. Of course, they didn't show why it was rated R in the trailer or whatever. It may have blood. It may be filled with, language or whatever. But I'm just looking forward to it just because of what you mentioned earlier, Reverend. When it comes to animation, Warner Brothers, combined with DC, has been good ever since Batman the Animated Series, with a couple of exceptions. So, having that been said, I'm looking forward to it. Wow, Justice League Dark. So they're just going to be. I'm thoroughly interested because of the characters that are going to be involved, like Deadman.
Yep.
For example, there hasn't been enough Deadman ever, as far as animation or whatever. So I'm looking forward to actually seeing that character again. So, man, just bring it out, and I just hope that it's good.
What about you, Greymouse? What are your thoughts, sir?
I echo pretty much what you guys both have said. Seems like it has a more darker, of course, tone to the animated movie. So I guess it's another demonic invasion again. That's okay. It looks like a lot of the like you said, a lot of the Justice League will be there. Some characters that we don't see very often there. Was it just me, or did it look like maybe Wonder Woman was possessed by one of those demons? It kind of showed.
I'm not sure in this particular trailer they showed. I know that happened in the Justice League versus Teen Titans movie, which happened just a little earlier this year. But it didn't look that way in this particular trailer. At least I can't remember it. So.
Okay. Well, I mean, like you said, I'm really looking forward to a more darker tone to the comic book movies, or the animation, rather. I think the Killing Joke kind of set the precedence for it. Okay, looks like people will enjoy R-rated cartoons, and that's a good thing.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, wait, this actually works. Who'd have thought, right?
Well, again, they're really tapping into something that a lot of comic book geeks have been kind of attached to for when it comes to the Killing Joke for like 30 years now.
Yeah.
When it comes to comic books in general, there's over 70 years of lore that they can go ahead and tap to, and not all of the stories and the characters exist in a world of giant typewriters and, you know, maniacal smiling clowns and stuff like that. Yeah, because the thing is that Justice League Dark, a lot of these characters are the basically the characters that are attached to like the paranormal or supernatural side of the DC universe.
Yeah.
A lot of those characters have floated in and out of the Vertigo side of DC Comics, and the mainstream side of DC Comics. You know, characters like John Constantine or the Swamp Thing, they spend just as much time on the Vertigo side of DC Comics than they do on the mainstream side. What's funny about this is that, you know, before they actually did this animated project, there was a lot of rumblings and rumors of them pushing to go ahead and do Justice League Dark as a live action movie. And Guillermo del Toro was actually supposed to be the guy who was heading up that whole project. But that fell apart, like I think a few years ago, like 2 years ago. But that's not going to say that I'm not looking forward to this. In fact, this actually looks to be like the latest in a long continuity that they've done with the newest Justice League movies. Ever since Justice League War, continuing on with Son of Batman, all the way through. Like I said, Justice League versus the Teen Titans, the last 8 movies or so that they've put out have been following along one continuous, you know, story arc or one long continuity. And it works really, really well. Because I've got to take a stab at it, and it's a really, really easy jab I'm not going to miss. Why the fuck DC movies or Warner Brother movies can't emulate this and do the same with their live action versions, I don't fucking know. But you know, that, like I said, that's really beating a dead horse at this time.
I was hoping that we weren't going to get to that.
We don't have to, because there's a lot more animated goodness that's coming up.
The fact that they don't care.
Well, I think they care. The problem is that, and this is actually something that Paul Dini has heard directly from the guys at Warner Brothers Studios, you know, who actually handles the movies. They look at the guys in the animation department and comic books as a resource. You guys aren't capable of doing movies. You're just comic book guys. You're just animation guys. When the truth of the matter is, when it comes to good writing or a good story is a good fucking story.
Right. No matter where it comes from, whether it's from book, TV, movie, whatever. Shit. But the thing about it is, how the fuck would you even make that assumption or judgment if you haven't even taken a look at the fucking product that's getting ratings, that's actually selling, that's actually fucking doing well? That doesn't make any sense to me. There's a reason why that your audience is partaking in the animated shit much more than they are the live action.
That's something that's obviously a lesson they haven't learned yet. Greymouse, you're gonna go ahead and throw something in there for a second.
Yeah, I wanted to go back talking about the trailer real quick. The fact that the Justice League is seeking out Constantine is, there's some problems.
Yeah.
That's got to tell you a lot about the plot right there. I mean, what we saw a big ass tornado, and you know, look, I think it's going to be good. I mean, simply because it's showing you the little bit pieces of the plot. So it's going to be very interesting on how, you know, the Justice League reacts to this demon invasion.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean it's going to be pretty interesting, you know, and I think the fact that they're willing to go R and take a grim bend to this, like many of the titles that this is based off of, really shows that they're willing to go ahead and expand their horizons.
Absolutely.
You know, and it's not just going to you know, cater to the whole kiddie fare. Not that I have any problems with that. In fact, no, Warner Brothers has you covered on that too. Last week, November 10th, I believe on Thursday, they dropped a crap load of preview clips for a new animated series that they're going to be dropping on the Cartoon Network again, called Justice League Action. That's set to hit Cartoon Network actually the 27th just a week from now. And that shows, from what I hear, the stylings of it is that there's more of a lighthearted theme to it, and they're actually going to be handling it where the episodes are only like 13 minutes long. So they're going to have like an A episode and a B episode, very much how they kind of handled like the Powerpuff Girls, actually.
Or Teen Titans Go.
Yeah, or Teen Titans Go, exactly. Now, the stuff that I saw was pretty, I think, interesting. There was one part in particular that should ring true to any fighting fan from the late 90s, all right? Yeah, I want to go ahead and open up the floor and get your guys' thoughts on it, too.
The only thing that's wrong that I see with this is that it's going to be on a fucking Cartoon Network. Because let's face it, Cartoon Network didn't treat something else that was great with respect and didn't treat it right. It's something called Young Justice. So it's like, but as far as what I've seen with the cartoon, with the animation so far, they're taking it backwards. As far as not too much with the 60s stuff. I mean, please don't put Scooby-Doo in this. But they're putting more comedy into it, more than just all seriousness. So I can actually respect that. Because, yeah, you have to have some type of comedy. Just don't flood it with comedy to the point where it's like, fuck, this is not supposed to be a comedy. It's supposed to be superheroism. It's supposed to be saving whatever, and just going forward from there. Yeah, you can throw some slapstick in it. Even Justice League and Justice League Unlimited has slapstick in it to a point.
Yep.
So I have no objections except the fact that it's just going to be on a fucking Cartoon Network, and they'll probably treat it wrong.
Yeah, and it's going to be airing on a Saturday too, if the premiere date is going to be saying something. So, unfortunately, well, go ahead. I'll let Greymouse go ahead and jump in on this before I start tearing into Cartoon Network.
So, we saw 3 trailers. One with Mongol and the Joker.
That was funny.
And Superman. I really, that's just hilarious, And then the Flash and Batman, And it's just, you know what? I think it has the right amount of comedy in there. It looks, and the little gag thing with Toyman as well, when they have all, Wonder Woman, Superman, Batman, and what's his name?
Cyborg.
Yeah. Yep. And he's about to play a game with him. It's just
Molly Boulevard.
Yeah. And like I said, I did see a lot of Teen Titan type of slapstick in there, especially with that.
Yep.
And then how Superman grabbed the Joker by the head,
Yeah.
Like I got the Joker and he flies off, And it's just, yeah. I hope they continue it in that perspective. I really enjoyed watching those trailers, and if that's any indication on what the program's going to be like, I think it'll be definitely a hit. And then just to steamroll into the other thing is that if the freaking Cartoon Network will treat it with respect and not like their other ones, like you mentioned earlier, Young Justice, and just cut it off right at the most interesting part. So I have no problem with it at all, and I can't wait to see it. What did you say, Reverend? Next month, December?
Actually, no, the 27th. It's next week.
Oh, next week.
Next Saturday is when it's supposed to be debuting, and I'm looking forward to it myself, because the thing is that there may be some fans who are like, oh man, this looks like trash, it's way too goofy. Look, the last thing that they said that about was Batman the Brave and the Bold.
That was
Batman the Brave and the Bold is fucking golden. It is.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, Batman the Brave and the Bold is fucking golden. Okay, once you get past the the alliteration and some of the presentation of it, it is such a love letter to Silver Age DC Comics that it's just incredible. Now, yes, it being on Cartoon Network, yes, it being on Cartoon Network on a fucking Saturday really, really worries me because, like Theme was saying, there are certain series that were on Cartoon Network on Saturdays that people really, really fucking liked. For instance, Young Justice, Green Lantern animated series, Beware the Batman, when Beware the Batman started getting really fucking good. And then all of a sudden Cartoon Network went ahead and pulled the plug on them, which is just it worries me in the long run. All right, I understand that they're probably the most recognizable avenue of distribution for these animated series and stuff like that. They got a lot of coverage, they handle a lot of marketing and everything else, but they tend to be really, really flippant with the way that they treat their series. So I'm not very happy about that. I'm not saying don't go ahead and bring it out. Definitely bring it out. I'll fucking
bring it out. Yeah, we'll take a look.
Yep.
And we'll most likely, especially of what we've seen in the trailer or trailers, what they bring out, and if it's exactly like that, then we'll most likely fucking enjoy it without any objections.
Yep.
So I just hope that if you bring something out and if it actually gets fucking good to the point where we're like, all right, we're following this shit every week, and next thing you know, wait a minute, where is it? And it's just been cut off. And if you replace it with some Nick Cannon bullshit again, then yes, I will be very, very upset. I will give the middle finger and the middle toes to fucking Cartoon Network. And yeah, don't fucking do that again. Please don't fucking do that again.
Yeah. Yep. Any other thoughts, gentlemen? Greymouse, you were about to interject with something there at the end?
Yeah, just real quick. One segment I forgot was Kronos and the Blue Beetle.
Yeah.
Forgot about that one. I mean, it's just, with all these different trailers, like 10-second trailers or whatever it is, little segments, it's got to be a good series, I really think. And
yeah.
I really think it will be.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure Warner Brothers has a lot of confidence in it. Otherwise, they wouldn't be releasing this much fucking material for it.
Pretty much.
Yeah, and as far as their animated studios goes, and the guys who handle their animated projects, they're really dialed into this fucking IP. Even when they decide to go ahead and take a little bit of a departure stylistically, it all tends to be pretty much zeroed in and well done. And I'm hoping that's going to be the case with both Justice League Dark and Justice League Action. Justice League Dark set to come out February 7th, 2017, and Justice League Action, which is going to be starting up next week, November 27th, 2016. I think that pretty much wraps up everything that we've had to cover with this one.
Wait. November 27th? Isn't that a Sunday?
Oh, excuse me. Wait, is it? Yeah, it is. Fuck. No, that gets me really worried now.
Yeah, that's even worse.
Well, maybe it'll be primetime Sunday. So what they're doing is like they're splitting us between watching football.
I was just about to say the same thing. If it's primetime Sunday, that's even more danger.
Yeah, that doesn't fill me with any sort of fucking confidence at all.
They should have that on the weeknights.
Yeah.
Please.
Put it like on a Wednesday or Thursday.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because Monday night, that's a big mistake too. Monday night football.
Yeah.
Thursday night's a mistake too, because that's Thursday night football.
Well, well, for like Thanksgiving or something like that.
Yeah.
Because, I remember when I was hooked on the premiere on the Green Lantern anime series and with Young Justice, I was like, hell yeah, this hour... Yeah, I was looking forward to that fucking hour. And then they fucking split the shows up to different days and different time slots. I'm like, man, so fucking Cartoon Network, please treat this right.
Yep. And that's pretty much the only thing that we could hope for, folks. What are your thoughts on this particular one? Are you worried about the fate of Justice League Action? Because the initial, just by the initial details that we went over, man, kind of worried. Really kind of worried. Let us know what you think in the comments below. Like I say at the end of every video, if you're so kind, hit that like button, hit subscribe. We are the middle-aged guys, and we've just been bullshitting for the last 20 minutes about the brand new Warner Brothers animated series for the well-crafted DC IPs that they have. Take note, Warner Brothers movies, please. I am the Reverend.
The theme here.
Greymouse 1.
All forms of entertainment has the right to exist, even if you don't like it. And we like this. Just treat it right and don't do what you did to Young Justice and Green Lantern animated series and replace it with some Nick Cannon garbage. Credits.